Good morning, my dear students. Today again I am making one video for 11th class business studies, same chapter 1. Okay, that is the second video of chapter 1. By this video we complete our chapter. Okay, so we will start here. Already in the previous video we have discussed what is business. Business is a human economic activity in which production, purchase, sales, exchange of goods and services is going on to satisfy the human needs for the profit motive. Okay, so now business, there is in this video we have learned the classification of business activities. Okay, so these business activities are divided into two parts, that is industry and commerce. So what is industry? Industry means where the factor of production like raw material is converted into final goods, or raw material is converted into finished goods which is useful for the consumers. Okay, for example, we are manufacturing soap. So by mixing different type of chemicals we manufacture soap. Here the production of soap is going on. Production of garments by using that cloth, fiber, stitching and all that, we convert the cloth into a ready-made garment. So that all comes under industries. Okay, so industries is the activity in which raw material is converted into finished goods or consumable goods which you can consume directly. Okay, understood? So industry is further divided into three parts, that is primary industry, okay, secondary industry and tertiary industry. Okay, so primary industry which is directly related to the nature, like extraction of goods, extraction of raw materials and extraction of ores is going on, farming, mining, hunting, fishing. So the industry which directly related to the nature, or directly we are extracted something from the natural resources, it comes under primary industry. So primary industry is further divided into two parts, that is extractive industry or genetic industry. Okay, further it is divided into two, extractive industry and genetic industries. Okay, so I have written an example of extractive industries in which you have extracted, you have collected products from the nature. So like farming means directly farming is going on, you are wheat crop is there, paddy crop is there, you are getting rice, wheat, gram from directly from the nature. Okay, mining means you mine different types of ore, different types of metal from the earth. Okay, hunting means directly you hunt the wild animals and all that. Fishing means directly you have fishing from the that seas, ponds and all that. So that is also comes under extractive industries. Okay, understood? Then come to the next part, that is genetic industries. In case of genetic industries, you cultivate something, you can means look after something, you are you producing something from the nature. Like nurseries, you plant trees here. Okay, now in case of nurseries you plant trees. Pisciculture means you just pisciculture means you grow the fishes in the ponds. Poultry culture means you just that look you just grow birds, hens and all that for eggs and meat. Okay, that is poultry farming. So these are the example of genetic industries. Okay, now come to the second part, that is secondary industries. What is secondary industries? In case of secondary industries, it is divided here. You just manufacture the new things, you just manufacture or produce the new things. Okay, in that case, in secondary industry, it is again divided into two, that is manufacturing and construction. Okay, in case of construction, like making of roads, making of bridge, and making of different type of you can say uh, making of buildings and all that comes under construction industries. Okay, the peculiar part of the construction industry is there that the product which you have manufactured, it will not, you cannot transfer it from one place to another. Like if you are construct a building, if you construct a bridge, it will not transfer to other place. Okay, so come to the next, manufacturing industries. Manufacturing means you manufacture something new from raw materials. Okay, so in case of manufacturing industries, again it is divided into that five parts. Come to the analytical industry. What you have done in case of analytical industries means you just analyze and separate the different type of material from same raw material. The best example is oil industry. Okay, oil industries means crude oil. From the crude oil you separate kerosene, petrol, diesel, biogas. So many items from the same crude oils. Okay, synthetic industry. In case of synthetic industry, you just mix two or three chemicals and you will produce something new like cement. In case of cement, so many chemicals you have in a particular proportion, you add it and you manufacture cement. Okay, come to the assembling industries. In case of assembling industries, you assemble the parts are developed in different types of manufacturing industries, and that you assemble the parts and you make a new thing. The best example is four wheelers. Okay, or equipments like assembling industries, like the best example is four wheelers and equipments. In case of four wheelers, we are taking example of cars. Okay, the body, the glass, the engine, tires, all are manufactured at different industries. Okay, you collect that from different industries and you assemble them, and new four wheeler is on. You have seen, you have created a new four wheeler, but all the parts are assembled from different types of industries. That's why it is called assembling industry. Come to the cosmetic industry. In case of cosmetic industry, like means fair creams, soaps, oils, okay, hair oils that you manufacture, that comes under cosmetic industry. Means in some of the books that cosmetic industries are comes under same synthetic industries, उसको अलग से नहीं दिखाते हैं. Processing industries. In case of processing industries, where the manufacturing process is done in the process, means first process, second process, third process. The best example is you can say oil mills, you can say that sugar mills. Here the production of sugar is doing in a different types of process. First the sugar cane is crushed and you got a sugar cane juice. Then sugar cane juice is converted into that solid part. Then it is refined. Then it converted into lastly in sugar. So that comes under different types of process. That why we called it. It is a process industries. Okay. Okay. The last category of industry is tertiary industries. In case of tertiary industries, all the services comes under tertiary industries, which provide support to the primary and secondary industries, like transport, banking, insurance, warehousing, communication, advertisement. All these services provide support for the establishment of primary and secondary industries. That's why it comes under tertiary industries. Okay. Now come to the next part, that business activities, the commerce. So here you have to understand what is commerce. Commerce means commerce ensure the free flow of goods and services between manufacturer or producer to the consumer. Okay, it removes all the type of hindrance. What type of hindrance are there? Hindrance of place means goods are manufactured at one place and they have to transfer to another place. What they need transport. Okay, to establish industries we need finance. So banking solves this problem, because risk is there to establish a business. Risk is there. That risk is removed by insurance. Whatever we have produced, that should be keep safe. Warehousing solve that problem. Communication for setting orders and for smooth functioning of business, we need communication. To inform the people, we need advertisement. So all these comes under commerce. Okay, so now commerce is divided into again two parts, that is trade and auxiliary to trade. In case of trade means only buying and selling of goods, means you buy goods from somewhere, from some person, and you resell it to the consumers. Okay, that comes under trade. I think you understand what is trade. Now trade is again divided into two parts, that is internal trade and external trade. If you are doing a business in your country only, then it is called internal trade or domestic trade. Okay, means like you have we are living in Gwalior and we manufacture something and we sold it to the Maharashtra, we sold to the Bombay, so that comes under internal trade. Okay, the next is external trade. External trade means when we buy and selling goods and services out of the domestic boundaries. Okay, like we do our business with abroad, with foreign countries, then it comes under external trade. Now external trade is again divided into three parts: export, import and interport. Export you understand very well, when you manufacture something and sold it to the other countries, that is export. Import also you understand very well, when you import something, when you buy goods and services from foreign countries to our country, then it comes under import. But that interport is new for you. In case of interport, you purchase raw material from somewhere, from some other country, then you manufacture something new from it and you resell it to the other country, like mechanical items and medical items we purchase from America and other countries and we sold to the Nepal and Bangladesh, like that. So that comes under interport. Okay, I think it's clear to you. Now come to the second part of commerce, that is auxiliaries to trade. Means auxiliary means support, aid. Auxiliary means support or aid to the trade. So what are the services which provide? Means tertiary and auxiliary to trade is same. Like transportation, we need transportation which support we can, whatever we have manufactured, that we transport to the other places. Banking, which solve our problem of finance. Insurance, solve the problem of risk. Warehousing, we can save our product, we can where we can store our goods safe and protect. Okay, then last one is communication. We want to communicate, placing our orders and getting quotations and all that. So many functions are there for communication. Advertisement, we want to inform the people about our product which we are producing. All these comes under auxiliaries to trade. Okay, now come to the next part of this video, that is business risk. So first of all, we discuss the nature of business risk. First of all, you understand what is risk. Risk is probability of less profit or probability of losses. Means business is uncertain. Uncertain to risk means we don't know whether we are getting profit or not. Okay, so that is a risk in case of business. So about the nature we have studied risk due to uncertainties. Why business risk is there? Because in case of business, profit is uncertain. We don't know whether we are getting profit or not. So that is a risk. That's why the first characteristic is risk due to uncertainties, because future is uncertain, profits is uncertain in case of business. Second is risk is integral part of business. Integral means indispensable. Indispensable means which you can't separate, जिसको अलग नहीं किया जा सकता. Understand? So if you are establishing a business, risk is with that. In case of business, it is not fixed. It is not confirmed that you are getting profit. Okay, it is a risk because it is uncertain. Then risk is depend on the nature and scale of operations. Nature means some of the jobs are very risky. Like if you are a seller of fish market, if you are having a vegetable market and all that, means these products are very easily they are spoiled. You got like milk, it spoiled very soon. So it is very risky business. Whatever you have manufactured, that you have to sold at the same day, otherwise loss is there. So nature But go in case of gold, whatever you have manufactured, it will you can save it, you can store it for long time. Okay, their cost is increasing, their price is increasing. Scale means if your business is small, then small losses there. If your business is very large, in that case your amount of loss is also very large. So that is depend upon the nature and scale of business. The last one is risk taking is the reward in the form, means whatever risk is there, because you are bearing risk, that's why you are enjoying the profit. Means profit is the reward of taking risk. Okay, whatever the profit is there in case of business, that is a reward of taking risk, because you are taking risk to establish the business, that's why you are enjoying the profit. Okay, now come to the last topic of this video, that is causes of business risk. Why business risk is there? First one, natural cause. Natural cause means like a flood is there, natural calamities are there, earthquakes are there, famines are there, or because of that your business is destroyed. So that is one of the type of risk. Human risk means if theft is there, carelessness is there, if loss by fire is there. So that is the common example for human causes. Okay, which is done because of carelessness of human beings. Okay, that's why it comes under human risk, human causes. Economic causes like there is a market conditions are changed, boom period is there, recession period is there. In case of boom period, inflation is there, or the prices of all the products is going high. In case of depression, price of the all products are low, increasing and decreasing in the demand because of fashion change. Okay, all these are the part of economic risk. Okay, now last one is external risk. External risk like the government policy is changed, taxation policy is changed, government is changed, if government is unstable, all these are the part of external causes which you can't which is not in your which is not in your control, which is not in your hand, because it is not possible for you, but only you can minimize it by your proper planning, by uh, changing your policies, by flexibility you can reduce it, but you can't remove it totally. So these are the causes of risk. In four categories we have divided. Now come to the last thing, that is type of business risk. Okay, in this category we have divided our risk in four parts. Okay, speculative risk. Speculative risk means for example, if there is a change in the fashion, means whatever the product you are producing, if there is a change in the fashion and your product is very much demanded by the people, then that is a benefit for you, you are enjoying the profit. But if whatever you are producing, it is out of the technology, or up, out of the if that product is outdated, in that case you are suffering from losses. So that type of losses are speculative risk. Then come to the after speculative risk, pure risk is there. Pure risk like example, uh, the risk, the pure risk is that risk which is, if it is happened, then risk is there, then loss is there. For example, loss by fire, loss by theft. If loss fire is there in your factory, if theft is there in your factory, then only you are suffering from that loss, otherwise no. So that risk are comes under pure risk. Insurable risk, which risk you can insure, like same fire insurance, theft insurance, that you can take, that you can minimize by taking insurance. So the risk comes under insurable risk. Uninsurable risk means which you can't take an insurance for it. For example, if there is a change in the government policy, if government is changed, okay, so that there is a fluctuation in the rate of exchange, okay, exchange rate. If that type of changes are there, you can't control it, or you can't take an insurance for it. So that type of risk comes under uninsurable risk. So that is all over about that chapter. By this video our first chapter is over. So make already I have sent PDF for it, so you can make your notes also. So my dear students, again my message is, stay home, stay safe, keep learning. Goodbye.